What's good? What's good? I see we got more hate, more calling for lynchings of black people over Charlie Kirk when a white 22-year-old Mormon allegedly is the one that helped to end his life. So black people been saying this. Keep our name out of it. Now people want to use that and attach the death of the Ukrainian girl, the death of Austin Metcalf, which was self-defense. They ain't even went to trial yet. Who else? Who else were they calling for? But regardless, anybody you do. That's the motto. That's the history of it. Well, you ain't do it. Well, you got caught in the area. Somebody had to pay for it. You know, so it's these country boys. What is it? JJ. Lawhorn. Is that a cartoon or something? JJ Lawhorn, a country singer, and some white rapper. But he looked black from a distance with his camouflage suit and his beard. You know how black people have their designer beard. He got that. He got tats on his face. He got the sunglasses. He got the chains. And anybody else to say, oh, what's this? What black guy? Where is this black guy from? No, he's 100% white. Forgiato blow. Whatever. So they got some song called Good versus Evil, where they're calling for, the country singer is calling for hangings, lynchings. Oh, we need to go back to that. Some people down low could see him swing or some, weird, real weird stuff. But personally, I think that country singer has more experience with raping goats than public relations or talking about racism and calling for lynchings, because he don't know the history of it. That's a lot of karma to put out there over a false narrative of black people just running amok, killing white people. It's actually a law of compensation. How the universe correct things, being cheated out of something, people doing stuff out of ill will, given the fact that you didn't do that to anybody, being cheated out of money, wages, even being cheated in the store by a cashier, and you don't get compensated. The law of compensation will correct that, and a lot of times at the instigator's expense. So it's a lot of law of compensation that's been going on with this weather and a lot of things that owes some of these farmers in Jim Crow area, and a lot of other things. So if the reason is unjust off of racial hatred masked as Christianity, what do these people think is the compensation that they will receive from spreading a hateful, murderous propaganda masked as Christianity? So they want Carmelo Anthony lynched. They want the schizophrenic black man that killed that Ukrainian woman. For some reason, that just ticked everybody off. The guy's a schizophrenic. The system let him down. He needs to be in a mental institution. And there was somebody else they mentioned, and the rapper, this nigga, this or that or whatever, and this Black Lives Matter is good versus evil. No, it says racist as it has ever been. It says racist as freed slaves in slave territory needing a pass identification to identify that they're free. It says racist is that it is that serious. Yeah, it is that serious. The song is Good versus Evil. The guy calls himself the mayor of MAGA Town or MAGAville or something like that. Now, with that, I had to look up some people that's rest in peace that white people didn't get mad about in general. Eliza Fletcher, the white school teacher in Memphis that was kidnapped, and two unthinkables, the R and the deletion by this black piece of crap dude that got out the joint recently. Before he did that to that white woman, he outraged a black woman that he met off a dating app, put a gun on her head, did the unthinkable. Now she went to the police. This dude that been to the joint, she went to the police. Police failed her, which led to the failure of the white woman because he was supposed to be locked up. You don't tell me he didn't get out the joint and she give you the evidence. She got the evidence, the DNA, and they dropped the ball. Next thing you know, he went and snatched her up while she's jogging. No one wanted, where was the lynching call for that? You know, this guy just got sentenced recently, and was any white people up there calling for him to be lynched? Was a song made about it? Was a country song made about it? Was it a white conservative saying Memphis police needs to be called out, or they need to get off their ass and investigate crimes before the criminals get too comfortable with committing felonies? If it's good versus evil, Ashley Hennings, the black woman that was shot in her face by her white husband, and he just got off with a manslaughter. Shot her 5 times. No, he shot her 5 times and spit on her face and got a manslaughter. Black people with self-defense are getting with a aggressor has a weapon and they're still getting convicted of murder. I ain't hear nothing about when that sheriff in Kentucky shot that judge dead in the judge chambers. And we found out what the judge was doing. Wasn't a call for justice for that. He fucking everybody in the town, basically sex slave, his personal harem of women, get them off or keep them locked up to reduce their fines. He basically Jim Crowing them on a white level, using their vagina and mouth. Orgies in the office, sex parties. That's why the sheriff shot him. They cover that up and nobody called for justice for that. But y'all some fucking cowards to sit up here and call for fucking lynchings for some fucking Carly Church Kirk shit that ain't had nothing to do with black people. You're fucking cowards and you're a fucking racist. You fake ass Christian hypocrite motherfuckers. Now deal with that. Coward asses.